Howdy design fans and welcome back. Great job, great work. Your visitors are ready to take action. They're ready to buy what you sell. They're ready to submit a form. They're ready to engage in the way that you want them to engage with you. All you gotta do is not screw it up. This stuff is gonna be really, really straightforward. You shouldn't be doing any of the stuff we're talking about in this lecture on your website anyway, but if you are, this stuff is pretty easy to fix and there's no excuse, right? If somebody's ready to buy from you, there's no excuse for screwing it up with bad web design, because there's nothing more that should frustrate you than that. So let's just quickly jump into my slides and we'll run through them. So obviously, as this is very self-explanatory, the level of commitment is the highest, right? People are dedicated to your brand, they're interested in what you offer, that's fantastic. Remember that this action stage is a natural result of the previous stages being met. So if somebody came through the awareness, the interest, and the desire stages, and everything went well, this natural state of action will occur. But remember, you're still not going to be able to convince everyone to buy. There still might be customers who are not going to ultimately transact. They can't afford whatever reasons. We've been through those reasons before. Remember that products and services are different as it relates to what information is important and how you want to trigger people to act to get them to actually convert. There's a big split between products and services. With products, especially if they're not completely unique products, and they typically could be found elsewhere, people just want very practical, pragmatic, informational support. They want to know the details. They want to know customer reviews. They want to know if it's going to fit them. They want to know if it's the right thing for them, what type of batteries it takes, right? So all that sort of pragmatic, tangible, practical sort of information, those are the supporting elements as people are transacting. Services, on the other end, services tend to be skewed towards a more psychological, emotional sale. Services tend to be unique to the people offering the services. It could be a lawyer, it could be a doctor, it could be a marketing agency, it could be an accounting firm. What people are paying for is usually expertise. I'm paying for what's in your head. I'm paying for your experience. I'm paying for your aesthetic. I'm paying for your specific set of skills, your combination of skills. In those instances, you want to kind of promote that level of skill. You want to talk about the clients you've worked with. You want to talk about the history you have in this industry. You want to talk about your achievements, your research, your accomplishments, right? So those are the types of things that usually will sell a service. So it's important to kind of understand the dynamic and how products and services differ with what types of final information are important to your website visitors. I kept this slide almost like an Apple landing page. Very clean, very simple, because I don't want there to be any distractions. Whether it's a contact form or a checkout process, and the user's in that final stage, don't make your visitors jump through any unnecessary hoops. Don't ask for more information if you don't need it. Don't create confusion in the final stages of checkout. You've done so well until now. Don't screw it up. Let me show you a screenshot of a page I found today, and it's quite incredible. This is a fur company that sells these unique furs at very exorbitantly expensive. Obviously, these are definitely not anything that I would personally buy, but I thought this was a great example to show here. Look how many question marks I have at this checkout page. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons that I feel are not only unnecessary, but actually confusing. There are 2 buttons that tell me I can go continue shopping, which is ridiculous, because why do you want to distract somebody to continue shopping when they're ready to check out, right? They're here, they're in the cart, they clicked checkout. I have this field that says enter voucher number, or enter item number rather. It's very unclear why I'm entering an item number. I don't see any real support with what I'm doing in this box at all, so that should be removed. Over here I have this voucher code I could enter. I have no clue. What is a voucher code? Then 3 different fields I could use to calculate my shipping costs, when really, if I have to calculate my shipping costs, it should be done in a further stage once I'm towards the end of the funnel. Like we just said, things should be weighted towards the end of the funnel. I choose my country, my method of payment. That's ridiculous. Just completely distracting, completely confusing. Again, continue shopping. Then there's this random button that just says request offer. Like, what the hell is that doing there? What is request an offer for what? I'm checking out, I'm buying a fur throw. What are you bothering me with request an offer from? What is this, like price match? I can negotiate with you on your price? I have no idea what that means. Then on the top, we have already checkout with PayPal, that's fine. So why is it repeated again on the bottom, right? It could be repeated again if this was below the fold. So that's not the worst thing in the world, these last two over here. Okay, I'm not gonna make a big deal about that. But all of this is just completely distracting. Continue shopping, completely distracting. It just makes no sense. And look at what this page looks like if we just remove all of that. Look how much cleaner that is. Look how much nicer this page looks, right? Where does your eye go, right? I see my product, I see my price, I see my subtotals, and then I see my checkout buttons, right? My eye is led to the one call to action that's important here. And if we take a look at this Amazon checkout page, we see this functioning in a beautiful way, right? I have my shipping address clearly labeled, my payment method. I can review my items, and I have two calls to action that are the same thing. Place my order, right? Place my order. It's such a beautifully simple checkout process, and there's no wonder why they're so successful. So make things simple. We're going to talk about simplicity again in the next lecture. Make things simple, and don't make your users jump through any unnecessary hoops, right? Because that's just absolutely foolish. Again, another Apple slide. Make things easy. Make things stupid easy. Simplify choices. Remove irrelevant distractions. Omit unnecessary words. These are all things that are crucial. They won't mess you up that bad if you're on your homepage or you're on a service description page, but these are the types of things that could really mess you up once a visitor's in your final stages and are ready to act and are ready to transact. I'll just show you a quick example from our website, adventureppc.com. At the bottom of the page, depending on, this is a work in progress, this new website that we're launching, but depending on when you come to the site, I hope it's up. The bottom of the page of our homepage, we have a button that says, let's work together and open up our quick contact form. But there's a lot of distraction, right? I don't want to have the contact form embedded in that homepage because there's the map, there's the resources, there's a lot of different things a user could do that might distract them while they're completing the form. So instead, we chose this design, which is the pop-up. Everything else goes dark, right? There's a slightly transparent, primarily opaque overlay in the background. We have a clean, clear contact form where there's no distractions, there's no kind of surprises, and there's no additional choices that a user could do. So this is those principles that we talked about by an e-commerce checkout process being applied to a form submission. And lastly, avoid surprises, right? This is just simple, 101, avoid surprises. Don't ask a person, oh, do I want to buy this too as I'm about to check out? Don't try to upsell me or cross-sell me inside my shopping cart. If you want to accessorize my TV, then do that on the TV product page. And when I add my TV to the cart, you could ask me if I want to add an HDMI cable to the cart. But once I'm checking out, don't try to sell me on anything. That's ridiculous. Oh wait, fill out this form also, right? I just filled out a form and now you're asking me to fill out another form. You're asking me for more information. Or you want me to enter in my address 4 times because the little button that says shipping and billing address is the same is just too complicated for your developers, right? Those are not excuses. Don't ask users to fill out extra forms if they're not expecting to fill out an extra form. And of course the famous, oh sorry, shipping's not really free. Right? We just made it look like shipping was going to be free when you added the product to the cart, because not only will that person not buy it now, they will never come back to you again. You lost that customer, you lost them for good. So, don't do any of this stuff, right? Clean. Avoid surprises. So as you see, this stuff is really straightforward, right? You did a great job. People are about to buy from you. Don't screw it up. Avoid surprises, avoid distraction, avoid unnecessary choices. Don't ask for users for information that you don't really need, and don't make them jump through any unnecessary loopholes to actually do what you want them to do on your website. I'll see you guys very soon in the next lecture. It's going to be an exciting one. We're going to talk about Fogg's behavior model, which is really cool. So just hang tight, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds on the other side.